HP EliteBook 8440P, and then that machine, it can get very hot and burn your labs.
What would you tell a beginner who is finding it difficult in learning how to code, or someone who wants to now get into this industry of software engineering? What was like just some 2 words or 3 words you would like to tell such a person?
Okay, so one, drop out of school. That was just by the way. So
Well, that's, I think that drop out of school thing, like, you have to have reasons to drop out. For me, I didn't even get a
exactly.
chance to drop out. I didn't even go at the first place because I had my
Wow.
reasons. You also went but dropped out because you had your reasons. You can't just listen to someone's, oh, I drop out of school,
Exactly.
so me too, I want to drop out of school. Like, it's a little more. Thanks for hopping on this call. Uh, Getting you wasn't that difficult, and I'm grateful for that. So yeah, we'll go straight to it, and then I would like you to first of all share with I and my audience a little bit about you.
Okay. So my name is Solomon, and I would say pre-tech experience is I'm a self-taught developer, and I was in college, high school, University of Ghana. Yeah, I think it's college, yeah, University of Ghana. Studying Bachelor of Science in Education with chemistry and mathematics major. So I actually had a late admission to the university, so I was kind of having a hard time on campus. And a friend of mine was a computer science student, and one time I saw him with his project working on some logic gates and stuff. So I saw that and I was like, "Yo, what does this do?" And he's like, "Oh, this I'm on the path to becoming a software engineer." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So how do I learn?" So I asked him to send some few PDFs, like on UG when we go, mostly they give us some slides and stuff. So looking at his slides, I decided to start learning. So he gave me some resources to go through. So I watched through and I was interested. So I started learning some um a few things. Yeah, few things, and
Okay,
then yeah,
okay.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it looks like you have already given us how you got introduced to tech, right? So it was this unique guy who, gave you a little intro to what this whole computer science thing is, right? But before we still get into that, can you let us know where you are from? Yes, yeah, I think just where you're from. That'll be good.
Okay, okay. So uh, where I'm from, I would say now I'm actually a Fanti. I'm from the Central. No, I think it's Takra, the Kwisimin team. Yeah, I'm from that side,
Okay,
but we mostly based in Central region. Yeah, I was born and then raised a little bit in Takrady. Yeah, so
okay. Okay, cool. So let's just finish. Let's end that and then start with the tech. Now, you've made it known that you got introduced by this university guy who was studying computer science. But was that the only push for you, where you saw him doing all this coding stuff and you got interested like just there, and then you started following computer science stuff, or there's
yeah,
more to
so
it?
for me, my first computer or laptop I had was when I got to the university. I never had a computer growing up. So my first introduction to computer was when I got to the university. That was when I got to own a computer. So if I had used a computer, it would be then ICT lab stuff. Then times that was when I used the computer. So my first introduction to a computer was when I was in the university. Yeah, so it was my roommate Kujo who introduced me to programming, and then yeah, I started following. He would tell me maybe there are this part. part A, B, C when you decide to be in the field of computer science. So you can choose. So I decided to choose software engineering, and then yeah, I started my journey from there.
So did you still completed the university with you said you were doing
I
what
dropped
course?
I dropped out level 300
Wait,
and I dropped out.
tell us what's behind all this dropout stuff? Why did you drop out? Let's hear that.
Okay. So me, I'm actually a past National Science and Maths quiz contestant. So yeah, I kind of have the
Oh,
head.
hey, hey, hey. Martin, I didn't even know
So
this. Wow,
yeah,
that's cool.
so I wouldn't say the stress I was getting from the university was something academical. It was academical, but it wasn't like on my side, like I was finding it difficult to pass exams and stuff. It wasn't that. The thing is, I was being stressed. Like I wasn't able to get into orientation and stuff. So mostly when let's say when school resumes, I would have to go and then go to the my department and then check what's going on, where are my classes and those stuff. Like I didn't know all those things, so it was stressing me out. Sometimes I would go for a class and then the class has closed. I'll go and then maybe it's about to close. Maybe the I'm at the wrong location. I have to go to a different place. So I was like, no. I'm having too much hard time over there. And also, moreover, the course I was doing, I had no passion in it. It was my dad, he wanted me to be a lecturer, and then me, I didn't want to be that. So I
But
wanted to drop out.
what did you want to be in the future when your dad asked you to, do courses that would end you up becoming a lecturer?
Okay, so for me, honestly, I wanted to be a dental surgeon.
Mhm.
I was a science student. Yeah, so I
Of
chose
course,
my
of
courses.
course, you can't be an art student to get into this math and science stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, I chose my courses, and then you see, when the admissions are about to be released, you'll be prompted to make any changes if you want to. So
Mhm.
when I was going to pick my courses, I didn't inform my dad. He just gave me the money, and then I went to buy the card and then filled the form. So when they gave me that prompt, I showed him the message, and he was like, Abba, why did you choose these courses? And after when you decide to go on these routes, when you are done, you have to do your masters and things, and you have siblings coming, and then the money we would have to channel some through my siblings to their life. So I have to make some changes. So okay, I decided to follow what he's saying. It made sense at that time, but as soon as I got to level 100, I was like, no, this thing is not for me. So I wanted to drop out in level 100, but I realized when I drop out, first of all, I have to start something, and then I had nothing to start with. So I had to take my time and then plan accordingly. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was when I started to develop my skills in programming. So when I was ready to start working, and then I dropped out, and then I had my first job.
What happened in terms of family when you dropped out? Was there any um, trouble that you caused at home? They had to sack you from home, or they still allowed you stayed at home? What's up?
You, my dad does not even know I've dropped out. I dropped out. It's only my mom. I told my mom, and then I actually told her to keep it a secret, but she told my big sis, and then the little one after me, and yeah, it's only my mom and then my sisters who know. But as for my dad, he doesn't know. He thinks
And did
I've
he get he
graduated.
got oh he up to now he still doesn't know you dropped out of
Yeah,
school.
Yeah.
Well, then we would have to find a way to hide this video from him. Else you are
Oh
dead.
no, don't worry. When he finds out that I'm that kind of son that everybody trusts. They know he's responsible. He has a reason for everything he does. So yeah, when he finds out, I'll just tell him, yeah, I wasn't feeling it. So yeah, I dropped out.
Okay. Okay, cool. So now after you dropping out, you have to even no, so but then you dropped out after when you have, gained some knowledge in programming, right?
Yes,
So
precisely.
yeah, so tell me, how difficult was it getting to, starting to learn this whole programming thing, knowing how you are frustrated in school because, things were just not in your way, right? Like things were just messed up and you're trying to learn programming so that you could drop out of school, right? So tell me, how was it getting to learn
So
how to code from scratch?
I knew it was something which is going to be challenging. So I made up my mind that this thing that I'm going to do require a lot of effort, and then my mind has to be at peace, and then I have to be ready for it.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. So when I was in school, mostly I would spend a lot of time at they have this place called 24/7 in Lebanon. So I spend a lot of time over there, and mostly I just learn. I go through my, you see, the university they give you slides, so I read my slides. So going to class, honestly, I think my 3 years on campus I went for class like like 10 to 15 times. Like I didn't like going to class. So, but my
Wow.
results are okay. So I'll just learn on my own. I'll learn on my own, and then after, let's say, I plan to learn from A to B. When I'm done learning from A to B, then I move on to programming, and then on it, and then COVID came to hit me, and then during that time, I went home, and then my parents are farmers, so cocoa farmers,
Okay.
so yeah. So when I went there, actually that place is kind of, it's a village, like a typical village. We live in mad house over there. So
Yeah, I see.
no good. The network is no good. So what I used to do is when it's I my parents who during that time I was in the university, no source of income. So I would have to tap money from my mother or my father. So I'll take the money from them, and then I can't be using the data for during the day. The bundle that I'll get is very small, so I'll buy midnight bundle, and then I'll stay out from 12 to the 5 a.m. And then do you know, I would be sitting by the roadside. That was where there was the internet was a bit stronger. So I'll be sitting by the roadside around 12 a.m. And then for me, I don't believe in superstition and then something. So that area they used to talk about witches. But me, I don't mind. I'll be sitting by the roadside. I'm just doing my thing, and I was using an HP EliteBook 8440P, and then that machine it can get very hot and burn my your lap. So I use it for some time, and then the battery wasn't that strong, so I use it when the battery goes off. I go and charge it, and then maybe if I was going through a task or something while charging, I'll be doing that task. When I'm done, then I come back to the roadside, then I'll be there. So yeah, switching. So it was, for me, it was interesting, but I had some issues with my parents. They thought I was, you see, mostly we would have to go to the farm, let's say around 6:30 to 7 a.m. to the farm, and then we'll get back. So looking at me, I've been up since 12 to 5 a.m. and then let's say I go to bed around 5:30, and then they are expecting me to go to the farm around 6 7, and then they'll come, and then this boy is asleep, and then they'll be like, lazy boy, you you don't like to work. But they don't know this boy is always at around 12:05 he's up. So one time I was there, I was coding. I was on Code Academy. Yeah,
Okay.
I was using Code. during that time. So I was on Code Academy, and then I was just coding. So I realized there's been a shadow casted up on me. So I raised my head and then I saw it was my dad. And it was like, hey, oh yeah, then you are. And I'm like, I'm learning. It's like, okay, yo, that's it. But you just have to know tomorrow you have to go and spray the cocoa. So yeah, you should take some. He just doesn't care about what you are doing. So it got, he thought I was gaming. He thought it was gaming, just game.
Ah, okay.
I'm actually
And
doing something
so
beneficial.
this was around what year?
Around 2019, 2020 there.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So you got to taught yourself how to code. You eventually left the university. I mean, dropped out, which I'll use for the this video thumbnail on YouTube, anyways. And so you dropped out. Now you have learned the skill. I guess the next thing you were looking out for was to apply for some jobs so that you could sustain yourself. Since you
Yeah.
can't go and tell your dad you have dropped out and you need money. So tell me, how
Yeah.
was it? How was it getting your first gig or a full-time job? Was it a job? Was it a full-time job or it was a gig?
Okay, so it was actually a full-time job. Um,
Oh,
so when I dropped out, um, I had my school fees on me. I had my school fees on me, and then an idea, a project that I was working on, an app that I was working on. So I devoted my time into working on that app. Like I was, my goal was that I have to
mhm.
bring this app to life so that yeah, it can provide something from. So during that process, I decided it got to a time I was a bit lonely because I hadn't told anybody about me dropping out, so people don't know. They thought I was in school. So sometimes, let's say I code and then I get a bit lonely. I was living with my uncle though. I wasn't on campus. I was living with my uncle around Soto in this area.
So
So
your uncle knew you
um
dropped out?
nah, he also does not know.
Okay.
I'm very secretive. Yeah. So and then like I mentioned before, they trust me. Yeah, they know I wouldn't mess up. Like yeah. So sometimes he comes and then he sees me working, let's say working on some calculus and stuff. So see, yeah, the boy is steady. Yeah, but nothing. So um I joined this Telegram group where it was a React Native community where beginners they would post their issues and then they would request for help. So I devoted my time into helping people resolve their bugs and stuff. So I was doing it. I'll solve this for one person. He will come. Oh, it's working now. Everything looks great. Then they'll thank me. So no, no, there was a recruiter in the group and then
Okay.
he reached out to me. Oh, I see what you are doing. I see you are solving a lot of people's issues. So would you like to work for us or something? I was like, oh yeah, I'm actually looking for a job. So he asked for me to send him some of my projects, and I told him honestly, I don't have any projects or something. What I have is one that I'm working on, so I can send you a screen recording and then you see. So he just saw the screen recording and then he was like, wow, this is good. So yeah, I think you are good for the job. So they sent me a contract and then I signed it. And then working with them, they were actually a consultancy. So
Okay.
people will bring their, yeah, let's say they want to develop an app and then they will distribute it to the developers to build it and then
Good.
yeah, they pay. Yeah. So that was my first job.
That was your first job. Was it challenging?
So when I first started, I thought I was going to lose the job
Why?
because I was scared as hell. I was scared because I didn't know that was my first time. So maybe they'll send me let's say 4 screens and then they'll be like Solomon you need to use 3 days to finish these screens and then we'll move to the next one. And I was like okay. And as you know me, I'm someone who I'm nocturnal, like I'm active during the night. so I can work, and then those four screens that they would expect me to finish within 2 days, or I can finish it in like 8 hours or something. So I'll just finish and then inspect, and then I'll send it to them, and then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, then this is good." So it started building my confidence. Yeah,
Okay.
little by
Yeah,
little,
I
little.
think that is
Yeah,
like it, that, I think that's literally in every new person's mind, where if it's your first time getting to a particular field, you are cautious about certain things that you even tend to think that, Charlie, if I don't do this, I'll get fired, or I'll be sacked, or laid off. Yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, that's a great start for you to be able to drop out and get a full-time job, not even a project. Then that's cool, right?
yeah.
So before I ask you for your for before I ask the next question, can you are you a mobile or web, or which one are you focused on?
Okay, so I'm a front end. I'm a senior front end developer.
Ish.
Yeah. So I do both mobile and web. I do both mobile and web. So
Mobile and
using
web.
React. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. So let me just, jump into the future. Currently, what's your role? What's your role at your current company if you are working full time? Okay, so the question is, are you working full time for a company right now?
Yeah. I'm working full time.
Okay, so what's your role there? And what are some
Yeah.
responsibilities? Like what do you do on a daily basis?
Okay. So my role, I'm one of the front end developers. Yeah. So my role on the daily is building user interface and then adding functionalities to the user interface. Yeah. I don't do API integration because I
Uh-huh.
do very little, let's say some few API integration, but you see the company is a Korean based company, so the language is in Korean. So
Okay.
using the API integration, I don't understand the language, so um my CTO is in charge of the API integration. Maybe let's say if there are a few things like dealing with numbers, it's actually an AI company. So yes, so
Okay.
if it's something numbers, then numbers, everyone understand numbers. So yes, I can do the number stuff. Yeah,
Okay. So all you do is just building the UI
user.
stuff. Okay, that's cool. And can you share with us like how you got that job? What was the application process like? Was it difficult as well?
Okay, so I went through one company. It's like Turing, but the company name is Supercoder.
Super
So
coder.
Supercoder,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So the Supercoder, you go through a coding test where
Okay.
you are being tested per your stack. So for me for instance, I went in as a React and a React Native developer. So I took a test on React version 18, and then React Native. So
Okay.
that, then you have a next phase, which is the I think the non-technical interview, where you've been they'll tell you your salary, like the minimum salary, and then once that is agreed upon, then they look for jobs for you, and then once you get a job, you interview with a company that is wanting to employ you, and if everything is perfect with them, then you start working for them. Yeah, so I actually, this was my I had my first interview with a first company, but things didn't fall through. So it was actually my second one that I had this, and now I'm working with them full time. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Now I'm going to ask you last two questions. These questions I would ask every single person that joins that do an interview with me because it's something that I do want to promote. What do you think about communities?
For me, I think
Has that
community.
helped you?
Yeah, yeah. Like I mentioned about my first job, I
Yeah.
had my first job through a community. So community is like a family, like more like a family. So
Mhm.
you can share your issues, you can talk about things which are non-coding related, and then you'll be surprised someone else can jump into the conversation, and then you have a nice time. So a community is a very nice place to be. Yeah. So I'm for community.
Okay, so you like it to be in a community to share ideas and to also
Yeah,
to share your idea and also to hear other people's opinion. But how
yeah.
has the community helped you in terms of coding?
I would say it has been quite assistive. Like for instance, I one app that I just released to the App Store recently. I had an issue regarding Firebase, and then I think it was, yeah, Firebase and then Google Maps. So I was having an issue with that, and I just took a screenshot of the error message and then posted it on a group. It's
Mhm.
a group on Twitter, and I post a community on Twitter. I posted it over there, and then someone just sent me a response in less than a minute, and then I just copied the response, like I what the person described. I just
Yeah.
tapped into that, and then it solved my issue. So yeah, community is a great place to be.
Okay, cool. Now my last question before we leave. It's not a question though. I just want you to share with my audience. What would you tell a beginner who is finding it difficult in learning how to code, or someone who wants to now get into this industry of software engineering? What was like just some 2 words or 3 words you would like to tell such a person?
Okay, so one, drop out of school. That was just by the way. So it's
Well, that's I think that drop out of school thing, like you have to have reasons to drop out. For me, I didn't even get a
exactly.
chance to drop out. I didn't even go at the first place because I had my
Wow.
reasons. You also went but dropped out because you had your reasons. You can't just listen to someone's, oh, I drop out of school.
Exactly.
So me too, I want to drop out of school. Like
Recently, someone reached out to me, and then he's like, he's having thoughts of dropping out, and I was like, hey, don't be foolish. Well, before I dropped out of school, I had a skill. I had my school fees that I can live on when my parents decide not to take care of me again. So yeah, you have to
yeah.
have like solid. It's not now that you are dropping out and then coming to learn a skill. I had a skill already before I dropped out. So yeah, you
Mm,
just don't have to watch someone's dance to dance your dance. You see, that's
yeah.
something is in. Yeah. So for me, to every beginner out there, I say determination is a state of mind. It's
Yeah.
everything in here. Once you are determined to achieve something, go get it. And then just know good things doesn't come easy. You have
Yeah.
to fight
Yeah.
for it to achieve it. Yeah. So everything is a state of mind. Just
Yeah.
yeah, set your mind.
I really like the last part of it. Yeah. Everything is a state of mind. Yeah. Charlie, thanks. I'm super excited for this. And yeah, I'm so happy you hopped on this, share your thoughts and your experience. I've known you for a while now, but most of the things you said, um, I think one of these days I should come visit you for more details, man.
Sure,
Yeah,
sure, sure, sure. Yeah.
yeah, Charlie. So thank you and peace out.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
All right. Yeah,
Bye.
I'll stop.